So,
Way up top.
yeah, we have left this thing. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of February 11th, 2014?
So moved.
Joe?
Joe, a question on that. I wasn't here, obviously, so just looking down through it, and when you click on the link, it says, what was it again? I just lost it.
Okay, time's up.
Okay, it says a resolution made by Lynn Collar and Chris Abel regarding a benefits agreement for non-union personnel is tabled. And then that. Then just a little further down,
They brought it back.
it says a motion made by Lynn Collar, second by Chris Abel to approve the benefits agreement for the non-union personnel as presented on file instead of, so I guess it said that. So it was voted on as well. So that was all, that was voted.
It was approved, yes.
It was approved. And that's what we just discussed.
Yes.
So there's going to be an amendment to that.
Was tabled and was carried and then was back.
It was halted, yet. Should we discuss why, or?
I think I understand why now.
No, actually, you probably don't. I mean, it was, Tom had said, did they all agree to sign it? And initially they had until one thing had changed, which was the one-year stipulation. And then that's what stopped it. That's why it came back tonight.
Any other questions?
Okay, you know what he's saying? Are the minutes correct, the way they're written? Did we table that and then bring it back? We did, okay.
Any other concluding comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Thank you. Can I have a motion to accept the warrants on file in the business office? Okay. Can I just put Terry first and John second?
Ready?
Sure.
Because you tried to jump in on the last one, so I think I'm gonna do
Okay, so Terry, is on
Um,
board?
Yeah. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Can I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report of December 31st, 2013? Down, no?
Second, Brad.
Judge? Questions or comments?
How's it look? Finish the year.
Is that on the treasurer's reports, or is that budget discussion?
That's for our budget.
Treasurer's report. Any questions or comments?
I'll wait for that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Can I have a motion to accept the claims audit report dated 2/19/2014? Wait a second. Questions or comments? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. Can I have a motion to accept the winning bid of $7,300 from Auction International for the self-contained fuel storage tank? Terry? Joe? Questions or comments? Awesome situation. Yeah.
Just shows you that all this other stuff we should do on the same level.
Yeah, so it's
Starting
starting,
to some stuff.
maybe just beginning to luck, but maybe beginning to luck.
I don't think so.
And on the attachment, it'll show you that it increased dramatically in the last
Yeah.
20 minutes.
I've got some things.
And it went over by 4 minutes, which we were very happy, it increased our net number. So,
Great.
Is that, do you know if it was City Steel?
it was 7.
7
Is
days?
that steady steel,
I don't know.
Governor?
We won't know until they come and pick it up.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. There's a motion to enter into or not enter into a veteran exception tax benefit based on our public.
I move that we do not enter.
Reggie moves that we do not enter into.
Second,
Rick seconds that. Any questions or comments?
I think that's a general census to the whole section 10.
Yeah, it is, from what I understand.
based on the lack of information at this point, doesn't seem to really
None, opposed? Duly noted. Motion is carried.
Who's second that?
Rick. Principal reports, business reports, superintendent reports.
Let's go first.
Anything to report?
Oh, we have a lovely handout.
And about that third one.
Right, we wanted it to be colorful,
Is there a goal?
so you wouldn't lose them. Now, we don't have gold paper, but right, that'd be a nice touch. So what Laura and I discussed is we would present kind of monthly events as they come about, and we kind of take turns as we went through the list, whatever pertains to, you know, which area. So the first one on the list is February 13th. Although this has already happened, I just wanted to make you aware, we had a group of juniors that went the week before break to visit Southwest Tech. And they were looking at the new Farm Tech program that they're offering now at this BOCES, which they already have the program. I know they have it in Northwest in, what's the Norwood? So what's the, Seaway, thank you. So they already have this program in operation at some of the other BOCES facilities around the county.
Is this a college prep program?
It could be, but I think what they're doing is they work in conjunction with Kitty's to get their pharmacy tech program. You know, those farm techs that are behind the counter, they're basically, I think, supplementing those positions with this program. So it's working out nicely. And we have some students interested in seeing that. So a couple of the juniors went down to see that, as well as the allied health program. The reason I'm sharing that with you is because of that, as the number of students that attend Southwest Tech increases, that of course will increase the amount of money we're spending as students leave the building. I have some hesitations with that, only because as a science teacher, I want them to remain in the building to take our upper level science classes like physics and AP Bio. We have made sure and ensured that if they are interested in taking those classes, that it is feasible in their schedule, although it's certainly, they only have so many periods a day that they can take them. So I have some reservations about that, although, you know, if you were probably listening to BOCES representative, they're going to tout the program with all sorts of, you know, red ribbons because they want people to go there. So I'm kind of mixed about that, but it could also, letting you know that may be some additional expenses in the BOCES category in the long term, if you see an influx.
Mr. Nerman, yeah, we're a 3-year average on BOCES, so we won't see it for 3 years.
Right, so it'll take some time, but, you know.
So it's not like next year we have budget for it.
Right, so, and I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that.
And not being a science teacher, I had to plug the other way, because it is, it
Joe, help me out.
is a true job, a realistic life experience for some kids in this area that may not have ever had that exposure. And I do think it's a very different type of program that they're having. It's not just for a hands-on kid anymore. Sorry, Amy.
Oh, it's good to hear both sides.
Right.
As you can see, it looks like we have a very busy month of March, especially the week of the 10th, in the elementary anyway. We have the book fair that's going on. That'll take place the entire week of the 10th. They'll be setting up over the weekend. It'll run Monday through Friday. Most of the hours will be during the school day, but they're also providing, of course, on parent conference evening, some hours that night as well. Great opportunity. The funds get used to fund field trips, of course, and the Dinner Club, family fun nights, art club, and all sorts of different activities within the school. Also on Tuesday and Thursday of that same week, we have grandparents breakfast. Pretty exciting time. We usually get a great turnout. On Tuesday, it's primarily kindergarten through
Are
second
you guys
grade.
gonna let the grandparents know so we don't have to?
Yeah, there should be a memo that.
Yeah, that goes on the grandparents.
And it's in the newsletter as well.
Why
So
do they
there
have
was-
that during the book fair too?
Yes.
That's exactly why.
Grandpa, Grandpa, I love to read.
Buy me this sticky thing that
That's a
says.
reference.
Great opportunity to raise money. So we have that on Tuesday, kindergarten through second grade. And again, on Thursday morning, begins at 8 o'clock. And that'll be primarily 3rd through 6th grade. But if grandparents want to come and take grandchildren from the intermediate grades as well as the primary, they can sign up ahead of time and say which one they're going to come to. And they can just make it on one occasion if they'd like to. And the neat thing this year is that Kathy has offered to pre-sell tickets, so grandparents can actually sign up ahead of time, and the tickets will be sent home. And all they'll have to do is sign in at the door, pick up their grandchildren in the auditorium, and
Will somebody send home with kids for that?
there was a letter that should have been sent today, and I think it was in color, but I'm not sure. It might have been pretty purple like this, but. Was it green? I knew it stood out. So, thank you. That should have come home. If you didn't, you might want to look for it, Randy. And again, it is in the newsletter too, so when that comes out, that'll be a quick little reminder for everybody. But we always get a great turnout with that. This year we've asked that the students go to the auditorium, so their grandparents can pick them up, just a little extra safety measure, and hopefully it doesn't cause too much confusion. And then a really big one on the 13th, again, that evening, the district is hosting a pre-K through 6th grade Common Core evening. It's primarily set up for parents and students to attend. However, I think it would be a great opportunity for faculty, Board of Education, to see what the expectations are for the students at each of the grade levels. We have Becky Dupree coming in. She works at SUNY Potsdam. She's taken a year sabbatical this year just to place her emphasis and priorities on studying the Common Core and how we can help implement it in the school districts and kind of ease the transition. It's just a great opportunity. And the materials that she has provided are her creations, and they are phenomenal. Really nice. She's providing a PowerPoint, or not PowerPoint, a Smartboard activity that she'll put in here that evening, and it'll be separated by grade levels. So she'll have like the pre-K and kindergarten first, and then when she's done with that presentation, the students can step out with their parents and actually play some games that she provides. So it's pretty neat. And then they'll bring in the next group. Hopefully we get a great turnout. It's a good opportunity, but we need to promote it. So as many people as can attend, I think will be a benefit to us. I know that the teachers are going to talk about it at conferences, which we'll get to in just a minute, the night before. So hopefully anybody who's having concerns still in the math area, they'll know they can come and attend. Great opportunity. Which brings us to spring conferences.
Right, so that was my mistake. On the 3/12 Wednesday, the 12th are the spring conferences. That's pre-K to 12. So the second week of March, we've got grandparents breakfast going on, spring conferences, grandparents breakfast again, and then that Thursday night is followed with the pre-K to 6. So the dates are, I've got the dates on board there. On that Friday, we have a 3rd through 6th grade activity night. For those of you that haven't been, generally it involves a dance for the younger kids, younger students, 3rd through 6th grade, and then kind of like maybe an open gym theme where they can go in and play some sports, or maybe there's a movie going on and there's snacks and those types of items. So that very same evening, there's also going to be a dance in the building. So I threw some of those things in so you can see how often things might be occurring that you may not see in the newsletter, etc. On the 21st of the month, we have Staff Development Day, so no students will be at school on that Friday. In the morning, all staff members will be participating in active shooter training, which is, yep, no, it's just going to be, it's PowerPoint presentations, training. It's not actually where they're going to come in and go through school, similar to what you might, witnessed in the news. I know Norwood did an actual full drill where they brought someone in and, went through the building. This is just going to be, this is something that Sue has set up. So that's going to be happening in March.
Do you work through St. Johns County Emergency Management people with anything like that? Or?
Actually, no, it's through Michael Hawk. He's one of the state police up in Great Rock.
I think we're here for that.
Yes, you are. We
Oh,
invited
yes.
Harrisville and Clifton Vine to join us. We invited her
I
because
wasn't
they
sure.
refused.
Yeah, and I think Harrisville's actually, I think Harrisville's actually doing
Harrisville.
the full drill.
Okay.
They're actually going to pull the full, they're doing the actual shooter.
But Herman also refused us.
Yeah, Herman, I knew that had been good. So it's actually going to work out nicely because we're offering to the staff members we kind of created this mini consortium with Herman DeKalb, Harrisville, Clifton Vine, and ourselves. The opportunity for those math and ELA teachers that want to come along and have a meeting in the afternoon to have some additional time to conference with their counterparts in other districts. So should be, it's gonna be a great opportunity.
Hey, lunch with them?
We're actually talking about maybe a potluck that day, Joe, so
That was a question, so.
we were thinking
We
maybe.
always need paper plates.
Corned beef cabbage.
Yes.
Nice.
The following week, the seniors will be participating in Gateways. For those of you that aren't familiar with that, the seniors will go over, they have to prepare a resume, which is generally is a coordination between the guidance office and the high school English class. They prepare a resume, go over and have a series of interviews at Clarkson University, and, entails kind of a full day event, they have lunch, etc. They receive a grade for this. It's a great opportunity again for them to go practice, interview skills and making sure their resume is appropriate.
I got to be interviewed for that last year.
You were one of the, yes. At the end of the month, we have interim assessments in the high school, for those of you that aren't familiar with that. Again, in the olden days, we might call it the 10, 20, 30-week exams. Same idea, assessments. Some of the staff, of course, are using modules if you're in the math or the English classrooms, but for those staff that aren't in those areas, basically they're creating assessments that are, covering the material that they worked on in that marking period to determine and assess how did the students do, check for understanding, go back and reteach if there are areas that were weak. And then at the beginning of next month, the ELA test for all 3 through 8th graders, those 3 days. So that's a big day. In the high school, we're anticipating starting at 8 to 20 our tests. And that's in the newsletter. Of course, these dates will be in the newsletter, but that's coming up rapidly. And then that same Friday, we have a dance again.
Will they have a math test before they go to spring break?
Nope, that's after.
Thank you.
Cool.
Nice.
Good, like this.
Yeah.
Okay, so that worked out.
Yeah,
We'll
that's great.
have you paper colored, no gold, but, one budget prices, so.
Different color each week?
Yes.
You could do that.
Of course.
Got it.
There we go.
Okay, at the last board meeting, I was asked about, do we do our own windshield replacements? And no, we do not. We have them come in, it cost us a total, the windshields are $163, the labor is $50, the adhesive is $50, so it's a total of $228. One of the things they feel is the amount of time that it takes for a $50 installation, that it's better to have them to bring it here and to do it. It's also, they're responsible when the glass leaves Canton to get here, because they have to have them break on the way here. Whereas if we go pick them up and they break, then it's on us. But so we don't replace them ourselves.
I think if they break them while they're putting them in, they're responsible.
They're responsible as well. And I was told to say that the old Oregon wire doesn't work anymore. He told me Oregon wire.
No.
All right, well, that's what I was told.
Listening to the
Watched Dad do it this morning with that.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I took it out.
Interesting.
Your sister-in-law's. Oh.
So they do not do it themselves, they have them come here and do it. Becky actually has most of the other stuff that we'll be talking about, because she has the budget and new discussion on uniforms.
Well, let's start with budget. We are using probably about 400,000 of the 600 we appropriated this year. That might be conservative. We tend to overestimate a little bit, so we won't know obviously until end of June what we have actually spent. With that being said, that leaves us about 700,000 to use for next year. Inappropriate. Better to fund balance.
You said we're using 400,000?
600. That's if nothing goes wrong for the rest of the year.
That's what we're projecting.
Where did that 400,000 number come from?
That's what I'm estimating that we're gonna spend.
With what we've
I went
already
through
spent.
budget codes, and with what we've spent, what I predict we'll spend for the next 3 or 4 months, I'm predicting we'll come in under 200,000.
Maybe I'm not following. Are you saying we're gonna use $400,000 of reserve fund?
Of the
600 we appropriated. On the budget last year, we appropriated for this school year.
Oh, we're not.
We're not talking about next yet.
No.
Now I got you.
Yeah, yes.
You're doing better than me, just.
That's good news.
That, and again, that's if nothing goes wrong. That being said, we have about $750,000 increase over this year's budget. We have a $200,000 increase in state aid. If we do the cuts, that'll bring us down to a manageable number, if we want to do all the cuts. So that's something we're gonna have to look at more, of what we want to cut. If we want to pick and choose, we want to do other cuts. The state hasn't come back with their legislative budget, which is the final budget yet. So there is room for more, and from what I've heard, there is going to be more, I don't know how much. Could be 20,000, could be 100,000.
You prepared that budget on the teachers, you got in there, 123,000 for substitute. Do you ever figure out what it cost us for substitutes, like in the bus driving area or a cafeteria, or you do?
Yeah, there's a separate one.
Okay, is that, do you put that in a headline, under a heading in here? I just didn't see.
I don't think it's in that, no, I think it goes up.
It's not a large, as a large amount.
Right.
I can't see the detail.
It was just, I was just interested to see what it was.
So you say by example, now, is that, you talking about what
I'm
percent?
sorry.
You say a manageable amount,
Yes.
are you still talking a percentage increase?
Well, we could go to 2.3% increase as where tax cap came out. I haven't finalized the numbers yet, but it's gonna be around there. That's only 40,000. So, we really will have to look at cuts, but I think the cuts that we proposed so far, I think we should be in a manageable, range. Now, I have not done the BOCES yet, because we got those two and I are sitting down this week to go over whether we want to increase or we want to cut. So next meeting, I'll have those numbers and that should be finalized. So that's the last piece of the puzzle, other than the revenue.
Would that propose, like with this format that you
Mhm.
have here, would it be possible to add a couple of columns and stuff, and if it's going to be impossible, just tell me now. But could we, like comparing the 2013 to 2014 approved budget, and then looking at the 14th to 15th proposed budget that we'd be working on, would it be possible to add a column?
Should we
there?
increase and decrease?
Yes, and as a
Absolutely.
percentage, or I guess, or.
Yes, I can do both.
And that would be helpful, just as a quick glance to see what's going up, what's going down, how much.
Nothing is impossible.
Good. And also, while I'm making work for you here, would it be also possible to compare, let's say if we go back to the 2011, 2012, that shows the approved budgets, that's what the board approved that year.
Mhm.
Could you also put the actual as a column, to compare what we plan on spending?
I can send you my detail, will that work?
That would
Send
be
me-
great.
Okay, because I do have that
Okay.
in a detailed form.
Yeah, that helped out before.
Okay.
Pushing it last. Thanks.
So they went out through the budget stuff. We really haven't increased substantially any of the individual line items. The things that increased were salaries, that's contractual, and benefits.
Salary benefits, BOCES, which last meeting, they're increasing their salaries and benefits too, so that increases.
So really, the program piece of it's really holding pretty steady, but it just there's some of the stuff we don't have much control over. So it's attractive. Is that fair statement?
Very good.
I think that district's done very well at going down there.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's very little increases on the line items.
I think we did increase in training, again, that's mandated,
Just for-
funded mandate. We increased the subs, we have a lot more, with the
Yeah.
training, more subs.
And so we do get some of that reimbursed back
Right.
at the end of the year.
Do you ever put the waste oil from the bus garage out for bids to sell that? that's getting to be quite a commodity, because a lot of places have waste oil burners, and they will buy it.
Get on that page.
Yeah.
I'll check into it and see like what we get, how often, you know.
Well, I knew we used to have, it was after I left, but they had an outfit to come in and disposed of it. And-
Right.
Which they got a charge for that, and if we could sell it locally, you know, it's money, probably not a lot, but it's still money.
Sure.
Okay.
Becky, when do you expect to get the finalized number from the state?
Not in March, earliest, last year I think was the earliest in 10, 15 years, and it came in March 28th, maybe? Like that.
So it's too early to even look at what our gap looks like at this point.
I mean, it is and it isn't, because if, like at the last board meeting, I had asked people to start to look at the cuts that we proposed and say, you know, what are people comfortable? Are you comfortable saying $400,000 will apply? Will you go up to $600,000? Because we need some window to work from,
Right.
you know, and I know that we put the cuts possibly on the table, but we now need to know is how, like, are those enough at this point for you folks? Are they too much? Are they, I need to get more feedback. so
With
that
those
we
cuts,
can-
we apply 400,000 fund balance, which I think is.
Are you talking to the list that we got last time, or have you added more to that?
Nope, that was,
That is-
so that was what else it using 400,000 for the fund balance.
Again, I haven't done BOCES, so I might have underestimated BOCES because there was talk of a lot more expenses.
Do you have any other cuts that you wanted to recommend?
No. Well, that's part of it, is that, you know, I feel like that we don't have a lot more to recommend, but if the board says we're only comfortable with saying 300,000, then I need to start looking. And I need to then start talking to more people and letting staff know, you know, because that was one of our biggest concerns last year is we made proposals, but it was too late, and people couldn't get to know things.
You meant, you mentioned that we're gonna use $200,000 less from our reserve fund last year. Is that because there was an area in here we might go look at again to save
That's because
200,000?
of contingencies of, we had, you know, if we had built in some contingencies. Extra bus runs, we had an LPN, bus monitor that we had built in there and that we hadn't had to use.
I was just wondering if there's a couple areas in here that we go back and have the department has looked.
Well, in fuel, I mean, if we have a, we were able to, you know, anything happened where we weren't able to use wood chips, our fuel would double. We have to put something in there. Which
Having been the first, yes, it just happened, we had to go to fuel. a couple weeks ago.
Which is a lack of.
Because
Over
it
there.
is, yeah, and over the ice with the ice too. But if that happened for, it was down for 3 months, I mean, we just can't not budget for it.
We also always put extra contingency money, if we had a student moving for a district that might need a special program,
Yes.
and we have to have that money there, because there have been years that we have used every penny of it.
I mean, one child can cost $100,000 more.
They could be careful not to make fun of too careful.
You can't go too bare on those particular areas.
Would it be okay if the board got back to the next meeting on this proposed cuts type of?
No, I asked you to do it this week, cut back your big nice.
Well,
I'd
only
like to
because,
look at it again,
I mean, and I had asked people to start to think about, to look at it, because, I mean, if you're gonna go back to us and say, we want deeper, then we need time, because that then gives, you know, you folks, that's 2 more weeks from now, so it's a month from now, then that we'd be coming back with any proposals. But, and even if we just have a general conversation of people's feelings, or maybe we just to look at it. Take a look.
Did you, was it an attachment to the agenda, the proposed
Yep.
cuts? The proposed cuts?
They were a couple of meetings ago.
Could we look at it now, then we do something?
It
They
was
were
on the
handed
power
out.
sheet,
Yeah,
and I
that's
think
what
you
you
had it
did.
on the PowerPoint.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They were,
There's also.
Is there a copy of them? Can you have the number copy?
I'll have to go get it.
You just
You
send
can
it
have
to us.
yours.
Come on, just-
You don't have to do that, so if you got it, you can email it to us or something, make it simple. Yeah, I won't, we'll go home and try to do that, I promise.
That's right. Tomorrow afternoon will be fine.
Tomorrow will be fine.
Did you want us to let you know by the end of the week?
It's only, I mean, if we have to go deeper, we need more time to be prepared for the next meeting. If we wait till the next meeting, we're into the end of March,
Well, if we go like we are right now, we stay where we are right now, what's the fund balance going to be July 1st?
You'll have to ask Becky that.
I gotta know that, because we can't make decisions unless we know that. What percentage should we have? What does New York State allow now?
4%.
Do they allow that much?
Yeah.
Well, we're not even gonna be close to that.
No.
Easy. So,
Did Becky do a fund balance analysis like she did? That she did at that point, yeah, or
I don't think she did it.
that was real helpful when we did that last week. Just trying to see what scenarios are played out. Okay.
There's, yeah. I didn't have anything else with Becky. I know that Becky, we did ask Shelley to get a few more quotes for uniforms, and they actually came back, the one even more expensive than what she had submitted. And there's one more that's supposed to come the next day or two.
Okay.
So we will definitely have to increase what we put in for uniforms. If we want to go male, female, soccer, and then the volleyball.
Did she get a quote from Marty's?
I'm not sure if that's the third one. You don't know who she went to. You don't know who she went to. Okay. Becky knows that also, because it's whoever who's using it. What was the other quote she was waiting for?
We were waiting for one, New York shirt company.
Okay, so no, it wasn't Mark's.
Yeah.
Because
And she did send another one in, or asked for another one, but she hasn't received it forward, and I killed one of that.
I know
think it was
her,
one of Mark's.
Yeah.
The other one was Mark's.
and she told me that she has done some work for that athletic department here, and she could beat what the prices of the material are at, and it would be better quality, and she is local, so I'm willing her to get a quote from her.
Yep. Contact Becky. Okay. Shelley?
Yeah.
On this, there was a cut that I did make, the no egg for summer, so that one is already cut. And for the cut egg to 0.5 and cut egg to 0.6, that's redundant. But we would, we had discussed cutting Spanish to 0.3. And if we didn't replace a retirement business teacher, then we would save in health insurance. So that would be somewhat about 200,000.
all the people involved here have been notified before.
What did you say?
All the people, the ones that are this concerned have been notified.
Is that gonna hurt the kids, I mean, like not having the Spanish, or do we already offer another foreign language?
We don't offer language. We offer only Spanish. What it would do is just cut down some sections, and it also, ultimately, if we had to do one Spanish teacher, we would not offer the upper level Spanish. But we could offer it through internet, computers, and other things that, for the number of kids who would take it, that it would be more cost effective.
So it's enough.
Maybe jump in, because I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I was going to. As proposed, the Spanish position would be teaching 2 periods a day. So, as you can imagine,
Not free time.
well, we wouldn't be paying for that free time, we would only be paying for that very limited 2 periods. In order to keep a person that would be willing to do that, I would say it's a pretty slim chance, so, I'm making an assumption here, but I'm saying that But possibly if we make that cut in that position, we will probably lose that position and very difficult to fulfill. We have checked with the other local districts to see if anyone is in need of, someone for another portion of the day, they're not. So if that cut moves forward, we will have to pursue, because how I have the schedule laid out right now is we would lose our Spanish 4, which is our upper level Spanish class, so we would have to be looking elsewhere for students to get that opportunity. Again, all those factors would have to, fall in line where that person, wouldn't necessarily be willing to stay here for that amount of time. We would have to hope that we can pick it up on the DL. So that, there is a bigger picture to that one, but
That teacher that we're talking about, she's not qualified or either, she.
to fit any of our other gaps,
Yeah.
no.
How many students you talking about Spanish for?
Oh gosh, I want to say probably 15. I've sat in that class this year. It's probably 15. And it's going to fluctuate. Like she may have some years where there's been 8, but there was a pretty large group in there this year.
What was it? If we don't make any further cuts, leave it the way it is right now, what is our fund balance going to be July 1st? I
You
know
mean
it's
July 1st of the following year?
July 1st of 2000,
We'll have applied everything.
we'll have applied everything? You're telling me there won't be a fund balance?
Well, there will not be an unrestricted fund balance. We will not be, because we do have a
I
sizable
understand, yeah.
portion of fund balance tied up, but we can't use it. And in some cases, if we use it wrongly, we could actually face legal troubles.
So what we should do right now, what the board should do probably is say, yes, we should look for more cuts. Maybe we won't use them. They should keep looking.
Let's keep looking.
They should keep looking. I can't tell you a figure, that'd be up to the business office. And I have another question. You keep saying you haven't figured BOCES yet. What does that mean?
We just got the commitment. We have to submit the final commitment, and the numbers of what it's gonna cost us just came back.
What is this in special items in BOCES administrative charges?
Where are you
$152,000.
looking, sir?
Special items. On the budget.
Oh.
And all through this, I see BOCES stuff.
Well, the guesstimated amounts are in there. What happens is, in December, I have to turn in an initial commitment form to BOCES.
Okay.
And it's about 10 pages, 20 pages, depending, what we choose or not choose. And then they give us an initial cost analysis that we just got. And then by March 30th, I have to do my final one. So we then pick and choose, do we want to continue with this, do we not, once we get the actual figures.
Okay,
So
so you're gonna
these are
tweak
just
this.
estimates at this time.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what you're talking about, only you want to tweak it, give us real figures.
Yes.
Yes.
So are there any cuts in there?
We haven't sat down to look at it yet. And until we get some of the figures,
Now,
it could change some.
the Horizons 1 and
Yes.
2, the GED, pre-GED, those are all BOCES.
Under possible cuts.
Yes.
Okay,
And under the special items, the administrative charges and capital budget, that's what we pay BOCES to be BOCES as the whole consortium. Yeah.
Up above, you have legal staff, you have BOCES safety, BOCES personnel. No, nothing on personnel, BOCES safety, you got 7,200. What is-
That's through our John Warnick, is our BOCES safety officer, so any of our compliances with drugs, alcohol, MSDS information, anything we have to have it overseen by, if we have chemical spills, if we have fire codes, all those things.
So you
Even
can,
gas,
code compliance officer knows all your fire code, and all your, as you brought up, it goes to a central resource of BOCES.
Right.
And do you want me to go through the BOCES budget next time?
Pardon?
I can go through the BOCES codes next time, this one is in John.
and I can bring in what we use for the commitment form for
Or you can
BOCES.
email it to me, I'll read it. If the whole board knows one. I don't
If you can send it to us, we can look at it, and we can ask questions.
Is that possible? That can go
We can-
ahead of time?
For myself, I think we should probably go ahead
I didn't hear you right.
I think we should go ahead with these possible cuts. I think with what's going to be at this time to do it.
Like Tom said, though, we should have some other options out there too, if we got, have them sort of cut costs. Not saying we're going to, but should have the option. That's kind of scary when we don't have any fund balance.
Sounds ominous.
Got us through the last couple of years when our safety nets weren't thin.
Fiscal responsibility, we want to have to make cuts.
Oh, yeah.
So we continue then,
Okay.
we continue to look, right?
I think we should, yeah. We should. Any unnecessary programs out there, I mean,
Becky, could you also send us a summary, like you did last year, of the amount of money in our overall reserve fund, and what we can't use, and what we can't use, and where it's all going, the other stuff that we can't use, where it's going? I think you did that last year.
you did,
Yeah, I
it was
did.
really helpful.
Chris, did you see the other information you had asked
Yep.
for? Okay.
Yep, thank you.
Did you have questions, so?
No, that's just more of a curiosity thing. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Do we have any questions for you? No?
Yes.
I guess it's a quick executive session to discuss, make a motion to enter executive session to discuss medical finance and credit funding to a particular person or corporation or matters in the employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, removal of a particular person or corporation in CSE/CPSE.
I'll move.
Okay,
I would second the motion.
Rick? All in favor?
Aye.
We're in executive session at